I wrote this song about an 11-year-old girl who wanted to be a rock star. But she also wanted a normal life, so she pretended to be somebody else. And that was great for a little while, but she's 17 now, and life is even more complicated. And she just doesn't want to pretend anymore. Her name is Miley Stewart.
Whoa! Take that, kitty cat flush in the toilet.
Anyway, it's been a long time since I've sung without my friend here, so...
Okay, so I wanted to show that because I saw that in my algorithm, and I wanted to let you hear Jay Leno say, "Take that, kitty cat flushing the toilet." Want to explain something? I wanted to make this connection between how this is related to, the very pivotal moment in The Fifth Element, in the movie The Fifth Element, where Leeloo had to make the choice between whether she felt the world was worth saving or just letting it all get destroyed by the Devourer planet. Okay? And if it wasn't for the masculine, which was, in that moment, she was gathering the four elements and was in the center with Corbin, and Corbin represents the funnel, the ability to make the choice to funnel to either the pineal or the black sun. Okay, the black sun in this situation would be the antagonist, okay? In our world, it's seen as the destroyer, right? Because this is simply just the light of our reality, of our real selves, the world of our reality that we come from, entering into the light of our real eyes, thus destroying this pretend world. The pretend world, it's like, basically, it's just the same thing as waking up from a dream. Like, you wake up from a dream, you realize, oh, that was a dream. This what I'm seeing in front of me is the real world, right? The black sun, the pupil eye, is the eye of the light of our reality, of our real world, returning to us, and us realizing that that was all a pretend world, okay? And so that's like Leeloo's choice, okay? So flushing it down the toilet is this idea of like, there's two endings here. There's an alternate ending to the DVD that we're existing within. We can either rewrite the situation, and that would be the idea of Leeloo having a happy ending and seeing the point in continuing in maintaining the Earth and not letting it to get destroyed, right? Or there's the option of letting it all go and returning to the black sun, okay? Which would be like the devouring of the Earth, right? That's what it would be seen as. Alchemically, anyway. And so, I kind of can relate to this character and that current state that she was in, because in that moment, if you notice, Leeloo was very, very depressed, very sad. She didn't really see the point of continuing, and she didn't have the inspiration to save the Earth. She didn't really care. There wasn't anything within the world that she felt was worth continuing to go through it, right? Or to continuing to preserve it. And so the only reason why the Earth was saved, essentially, was because Corbin had convinced the Fifth Element to seek the happy ending within the dream, or to seek the ultimate alternate ending of being the hero in the dream, and going for that alternate ending, which would be the Fifth Element entering back into the system and restoring her storyline as something that has love in it, that has people who care for her, who who want to protect her, who want to love her, right? And for her, that represented the aspect of Corbin. And I find this so relatable because the fifth element is like the idea of the choice of, of fleshing everything, or, not quite fleshing everything, but returning and having and seeking a happy ending, right? And that would be the idea of like either the Pine Gate, returning to the Pine Gate and reworking the system to include the fifth element, or to leave and wake up like Dorothy. So I find this really relatable because I've been struggling on whether when that chance for me finally comes to meet that character, which is the gale force, right? The hurricane of the masculine that allows for the situation to, he's like the key, right? When this opportunity is presented to me, whether to permanently flush everything back into the black sun, or in my waking eyes, and see the light of my real reality, and just fully wake up and not return to this pineal world and be done with the world of pretend, not reprise my role as Hannah Montana, is basically essentially what, not just remove the wig, which is the character, and just be my normal, true self, right? And I'll explain this in more detail. So, the movie scene, the destroyer planet, because she was tired of the world and her lack of feeling needed and loved within it. She had become so disenchanted with her role that she really didn't see the point anymore of saving the world and participating in the play anymore. And this is like the idea of Hannah Montana kind of being tired of, pretending to be, pretending to play a character who she really wasn't, and trying to convince everybody, right, that this was the real her, okay? So, this destroyer planet, or devourer that was coming in the end at the fifth element, in the Fifth Element movie, is simply, the idea of returning the waking light of the real world, of our real world that exists outside of this one. That light returning to our real eyes, and thus leaving the dream, the pineal world, behind, because the black hole sun is our eyes that we use to see when we're awake, right? Our real eyes, the light returning from our world that we're really from, returning to our real eyes. And so we shut down the pineal eye. Okay? So there's all of this scariness around the antagonist of the character of the destroyer. But alchemically, it's just the choice of whether to let go of this world or to continue it. And going back to the world we're actually from, right? So not participating anymore would flesh or devour the world of the hypothetical imagination, aka the theater, which is this earth. And then we would wake up and go back to our real selves. Our real self. This isn't a new feeling for me. And also, there's some science behind this that has been showing and proving that there is a other reality seeping into this reality. So there is a reality that exists outside of this one. And this is the one that I feel like I'm always feeling, that I'm always making a connection with, and that is like pulling on me to return. Like it's like this magnetic feeling where I just feel nothing but wanting to go back to it. That I know that there is a veil over top of my eyes, and that what's beyond that is reality, is the actual reality. But this feeling isn't new for me, right? I felt this most of my life, like that there was something about this place that wasn't real, but I just didn't know what it was and how to get to describing it. But I told a friend about 13 years ago that I wanted to return to Eden, or heaven, or whatever. meaning that I wanted to leave this place and not come back. So, like the character of Miley Stewart, it's like I'm tired of pretending to be this character, Hannah Montana. I have a lot of love for this character. I'm like a fan of this character, and I see myself objectively, like it's like I'm very detached from this character, but I still have an attachment, as in the character itself has become something that means something to me, that is important to me, that I love, but I know that it's not really me. And I know that I'm supposed to feel that way. I'm supposed to know that I'm not supposed to be so attached to this character that I literally see it as who I actually really am. And, I almost feel comfort in knowing it, because I also know that this isn't the only character I've ever played. And so, I only am very attached to this character in this moment right now. The most, because it's the most current character, and it's the only character I remember right now. So, like, the point I'm trying to make is I could get attached to all of the different characters I played. But that would prove that none of these characters are me. So I can be attached to all of them. And I can say, they've all been a costume. It's kind of like when Madonna was crying over her costumes that she lost at, Coachella. Like, she was emotionally, invested in the costume. She loved the costumes. They had history. They had meaning to her. They brought back memories, and she loved the costumes. But the costumes weren't her, right? They were just things that she used to convey the art of living as an actor. As living the suit. The suit has all of the material of the story within it. You put the suit on, you embody the character. You're overtaken by that character. But you have nostalgia and you have love for that character, right? So it's the same thing. Like, I have nostalgia, I have love for this character that I play. I want this character to have a happy ending. So I'm kind of conflicted on, well, do I just, do I even care about getting this character to a happy ending? Have this character experience love in a real way and blah, blah, blah. Is it even necessary? Is there even a point at this point? Or do I just want to go home? Right? I've come to this point. I've become this detached to this character that it's just like, but I still love this character, right? I want this character, I want to experience this character having love. And to give it a proper, because, if I didn't really love this character, the costume, like Madonna loved her costume, then I would mistreat it, or I wouldn't care to have a happy ending. So I'm definitely conflicted about, the choice that I would make. Because it's like, I'm at the point where this character's been through so much. It's just like, I want to go home. I just want to go back, And it's like, I almost don't feel attached enough to this character to save it anymore. Or to want anything for it anymore. Like Leeloo. I'm at that point where she was at, Exhausted, I'm tired, I don't see the point anymore of returning or reprising this role, even if I got the chance to. If I got the chance to go back and change and edit this character's entire storyline, it's like, almost like, what would be the point? Yeah, sad. But I want to for her. You see what I'm saying? As the actor, I want to for her. Because I almost feel like she's real now. I've made her real. So I want her to have real happiness through me getting that for her, if that makes any sense. And so, but her script is just so difficult. It's because this character I play has experienced so much pain and loss, and it's overwhelming. The script is it just seems pointless, like pointless torture. Like, her life just seems like pointless torture. Because it's been like, for many years, the characters within or in around her have been doing nothing but, just causing her pain, and it's almost like they're getting off on tormenting her and ripping love from her and punishing her because she decided to become the Dorothy character.